Well, if we can talk about alternate interior angles, we can also talk about alternate exterior angles. So with these, we're given two lines, and it's at least two lines. You could have 3 or 4 lines, but there's one line, there's the other line, and a transversal. So there's our transversal. It's a pair of angles, so that tells me I'm going to at least have angle blank and angle blank that are on opposite sides of the transversal and outside the two lines. So there's our transversal it's talking about again, and it says outside the two lines. So we're looking at our exterior, so out here. And there's our two lines again. Okay, so we're looking outside, so angle 1's outside, and we're looking for alternate exterior angles. So it's on opposite sides of the transversal, and again, we don't want them to touch. If we picked angle 1 and angle 2, that'd be a linear pair. We already have rules for that. We're looking at a different new set of rules. So angle 1 and angle 8. They are on opposite sides of the transversal. This one's on the left, this one's on the right, and they're outside those two lines. So another set, we could go angle 7, and this one's on the left, so on the right, angle 2. Okay. Looking at the next one, we've got consecutive interior angles, consecutive, one right after the other, interior, inside. So given two lines and a transversal, it's a pair of angles that are on the same side of the transversal and inside the two lines. So it tells us right there, we're going to have a pair of angles. So at least we've got angle blank and angle blank. So if we look at all that vocabulary we've been talking about, we've got two lines. It talks about two lines. So there's one line, there's the other line, and a transversal. So there's our transversal, going right through there. A pair of angles that are on the same side, so we're looking left side, right side of the transversal, and inside the two lines. So inside is in here, the two lines. Okay, so consecutive, same side. And some books will actually use same side interior angles, and some books will use consecutive. They both mean the same exact thing. It depends on who's writing the book or the problem that you're looking at. So if we're looking consecutive interior, well, angle 3 is on the inside, and it's one right after the other on the same side of the transversal. So one right after the other on the same side of the transversal inside, angle 5. So angle 3 and angle 5 are consecutive interior angles. We have two more angles that are consecutive interior. We've got angle 4 and angle 6. Those are consecutive interior angles. Okay. And the last term that I've got for you for this lesson, consecutive exterior angles. So again, consecutive meaning same side, exterior meaning outside angles. So given two lines and a transversal, so there's one of our lines, there's our other line, and a transversal. We're looking at a pair of angles. That means I'm going to have angle blank and angle blank that are on the same side of the transversal. So there's our transversal again. And outside the two lines. So outside means we're looking here. And there's our two lines. Okay. So that means one of our options is angle 1, consecutive exterior. Angle 1, same side on the outside, angle 7. So angle 1 and angle 7 are consecutive exterior angles or same side exterior angles. Well, we've also have 2 on the outside. So angle 2 and angle 8 are consecutive exterior angles. So a lot of the times what they're going to ask, you could get problems that ask you what are the consecutive exterior angles for this picture. And then other times you could be given pictures where they say which angles are corresponding angles, and they give you a whole list to work from, and from that list you've got to be able to find which follows the rules for corresponding angles. And with these, all it is knowing and using the definitions that I've given you all the way through the lesson. So I've given us 2 examples to look at and work with. It says which angle are corresponding angles. And if remember, corresponding angles are a pair of angles that are on the same side of the transversal. So that means we need to find our transversal. So there's our transversal, because that's what passes through our 2 lines. So they're on the same side of the transversal and on the same side of the line. So we need to figure out which angle they're asking us about. Well, here they ask about TSP and angle QPS. Here they talk about angle TSP and angle QPN. Here they ask about angle TSP and angle TSU. And here they ask about TSP and angle RSP. So in every single option that they give us, they're talking to us about angle TSP. So I'm going to focus on that angle. So I'm going to focus on TSP. So there's T, there's S, there's P. So they're talking to us about this angle, and they want to know what angle corresponds with it. So if I look, this angle is to the right of the line and below the transversal. So I want to find an angle that's in the same exact spot. So this is to the right and below. So if I find to the right and below, that's going to give us this angle right there. And it could be either named angle NPQ, or it could be named angle QPN. So all I need to do is find the one that matches. There's the one that matches. So that's our answer for that one. And notice how I didn't spend a lot of time trying to find every single angle that they had in the picture. I focused on, okay, what is the one specific angle they want me to work with, and then going from there. If you can do that, do that. This next example shows us the same idea too. In every single one, they're asking about angle JKH. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So they're asking us for alternate interior angles. So remember, alternate means opposite. Interior means inside. So opposite is going to be of the transversal. So I've got to find my 2 lines. There's line number 1, there's line number 2, and I've got to find my transversal. There's my transversal right there. And I need interior angles. Interior angles are on the inside, so I'm looking at any of these angles in here. So specifically, it's asking about angle JKH. So if you find JKH, JKH, focusing on that angle right there, and it wants alternate interior. Well, there's only one option for alternate interior. It's going to be alternate. It's going to be this one up here. It's alternate and interior. And there's 2 possible names for that angle. It could be named angle IHK, or it could be named angle KHI. Okay, we just need to find the option. There it is right there. Okay, and that shows you all the different angle pair relationships that we could have whenever you've got 2 lines and a transversal.